So, my name is Daniel Pincus. I have the honor of being a member of both MJC's board, a participant, a co-chair with y'all. And I just want to tell you a little bit about my story. I'm from New Jersey. I live in New York City now, but coming home to Germany is always strange for me. It's always difficult. I've only been here twice before. 70 years ago, my family lived here, my grandparents. Their families have lived here for generations, longer than we have records. My grandfather was born not far from here, and he actually took walks, he would tell me, in the Spandauer Forest, where I've been running frequently during the week. He was born as an only child to a poor family, and in 1938, when he was 18 years old, his family could only afford to send one person out of the country. So they sent him to Chile. He was a stranger in a strange land. He didn't speak a word of Spanish. He didn't know anyone there. And he, in Chile, received letters from his family as they were sent to the Łódź ghetto in Poland. And at some point, the letters stopped coming. And my grandmother was born to a family of farmers in the west of Germany. And my great-grandfather was a decorated war hero in World War I. And he never believed that what would happen came to happen. But he was arrested and sent to the Dachau concentration camp. And because of the generosity of a non-Jewish friend of theirs, who was a member of the Nazi Party, he got himself drunk one night and put his uniform in a package and threw it at the house of my great-grandparents. And another non-Jewish farmhand on the farm put on that uniform, drove 600 kilometers into Dachau, managed to evacuate my great-grandfather, and from there they went to Chile. So my grandfather wouldn't have survived. My grandfather survived because they had just enough money. My great-grandparents didn't because they didn't. And my story of being here wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for the help of non-Jews who generously helped my grandmother. From Chile, where they met, my grandparents, my father was born in 1945. 25 years later, he conveniently left 2 weeks before before Allende, a socialist, was elected in Chile. And he was in the United States when the coup happened in Chile. So my life is quite lucky, and it wouldn't have been possible without the help of people who are not Jewish, who are not Americans, who are not Chileans, who are not Germans. So it's always difficult for me to come back to Germany. There really are no words for what happened here 70 years ago, and nor are there words for me to describe what happened here this week. The Nazis defiled this place in ways for which we don't have words. And yet today we sanctify it in ways for which I don't have words. The Holocaust was unique and yet all too familiar. Never again. It happens again and again. Black versus white, north versus south, rich versus poor, intra-faith and interfaith. We never know what the battle lines will be, and it takes us by surprise. But it seems to be human nature to divide. But we can fight against our nature and come together. And it's MJC. MJC is one of the ways that I fight. 70 years ago, my family was chased out of this land. And yet today, I return with you, a coalition of Muslims, Jews, Christians, people of all faiths, gay, straight, from 44 countries. I just want to thank you. You have made this MJC a profound experience for me, as all MJCs have been before, but particularly this year because we're doing it in Berlin. So I just want to thank you. I've spoken to each of you about what it takes to make MJC possible, and it's a great honor for me to be a member of the board, of representing people who believe in what we're doing here. And I want to encourage you to cherish this week that we spent together. For me, this may be the last time that I look upon all of your faces here together. And realize that we have a unique opportunity to continue the work that we're doing here. I hate making fundraising pitches, but we have a wonderful challenge. We have a challenge from a Muslim donor and a Jewish donor who are willing to double all of the contributions that you make today. And perhaps I'll identify myself as the Jewish donor. So I want to do this with you. I want to do MJC 2016 with you. We can do it together. You'll be making a gift to people that you don't know, that I don't know. We have no idea who's going to come next year. Every year, MJC is a surprise. To the team as well. But I encourage you to join us in making MJC possible for 2016 and 2017 and 2018, as long as it takes. And it may take our whole lives, it may take generations. But please join us in continuing our work and fight with all you've got. This afternoon, I'm going to tell you the story of what it took for me to fight for one of our members, for one of our alums, someone who was at MJC 2 years ago, who found himself in a profoundly difficult situation, out of which he couldn't escape, and he probably couldn't escape with his life. But with a lot of dedication, a team of us, including MJC, including other people that he met through other interfaith conferences, managed to secure not only his evacuation and entrance into the United States, but that of several, maybe 100 other people. So I'll tell you the story this afternoon. But in the meantime, I just want to thank you. I really want to thank you for being here. You've done a great honor to yourselves, to everyone here, and to me. So thank you for coming.